How did that treat you?
It was good, yeah. I mean, I think just coming in and working with Coach Mick and everything like that, and honestly, I think he just got me right in the weight room, and I think I got stronger faster. So,
What do you think was the most beneficial part of those workouts?
I think just coming in with the mindset and to just work hard every day, and then just push others. I think you doing that helps yourself, and then also helps others, and so I think it's just a big team benefit. So.
This is the first we talked to you since the Cotton Bowl. That night, that experience, how did that lead you into the off season, into the winter that you had? Was it helpful?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think just playing in that game just gave me some experience, and now I feel more confident stepping here for practice tomorrow or in the weight room. So.
What is just your approach going into this spring? Do you feel like you're competing every day to be that starter?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone in the quarterback room is going to keep working hard. We're going to push each other, but I mean, at the end of the day, the coach is going to play who they want to play, and I mean, just got to come in and keep working hard. So.
Do you have a mindset of like, if I'm going to be here this year, I'm going to be the starter?
I mean, yes, a little bit, but then I'm also pretty young. This is my first spring, so I haven't really got to go through that process yet. But I mean, I think if I come in and I'm the guy, then great. But if not, then I have another year to build on that. So.
Lincoln, what do you want to see from yourself in the spring?
I mean, I just want to get better from this past summer, and then the season as well. But honestly, I think I just need to come in, keep getting developed, and yeah, that's really.
This is the first time you're not playing baseball, you're not playing basketball, you're not doing that other stuff. How beneficial has that been for you to just dial in and focus on football only for now 8 months?
I think it's special because I mean, like, I can focus on just football. Like, I can watch film here and there. I can come out here and work on my throwing and stuff like that. But I mean, I think it helps because I can just dial in and I don't have to focus on a baseball season or a basketball season, which I think is special, and it helps for sure.
Are you or Mecca a better baseball player?
Probably Mech.
You allow yourself to have a pecking order, like you think you're third. Is that detrimental to success, thinking, well, I know I'm not going to be this, maybe I'm third, or do you think, again, kind of asked earlier, number one, do you have to have that mentality?
I mean, yes. I mean, like I said earlier, like, I think we all have that mentality that we all want to come in and be the guy. But, I mean, I honestly, like, right now I don't really have, like, an order of who's going to be who. I'm just going to keep coming in and just keep working hard. So.
Did the Cotton Bowl experience kind of reinforce that for you?
What do you mean by that?
It's just like you could be number one on any given day, as you saw that day.
Yeah, I mean, if something happens, then great. But I mean, I'm just gonna keep working hard, and if I get put in that position again, then I'll be ready.
How have you changed physically over these last 3 months? Can you say, like, any weight gain, any muscle change?
I've gained probably around 7 pounds, and I think it's all muscle. I think I've gotten a little faster here too, so I think just being in that position to take hits if I need to and stuff like that is good. So.
What did Ryan Day say to you when he made the decision to bring in Will Howard?
He just said that he's going to bring a guy in so we have more depth in the quarterback room, and then he's also a guy with a lot of experience. So I think him feeding off on me, I think that will help me out in the long run.
What are your impressions of Will so far as a quarterback? What's your relationship like with him so far?
He's a really nice guy. I mean, he's super funny. He's super down to earth. And I mean, like, we've been hanging out here and there as well. So I mean, he's honestly like one of my top friends on the team. So.
When you have 5 guys, how do you set yourself apart? What makes you different from the other 4?
I mean, when it comes to like the competition stuff, I think I just need to stand out. Just be at the top of the list for that, and then just show that I have that mentality to be the guy.
Like, the sport is set up now where you have flexibility. If you wanted to move somewhere else to immediately play, you could do that, and there's no penalty for that. Knowing that, why did you decide to stay here? What's the best thing for you?
I mean, I trust Coach Day's philosophy and everything with me. I mean, I love Ohio. I think Columbus has been really good to me. I mean, school's cool here too as well. So I think it's just like it's not really just playing like right away. I think I need time to develop and everything like that. and I think we'll just go from there. So.
Do you think a lot of people forget that you guys are 18, 19 years old, and,
Yeah.
and you are still trying to figure out life and like,
Definitely.
what you could cook for dinner and that sort of stuff?
Yes, for sure. I think like it's turned into like a huge business now, and I don't think a lot of people realize that we're making decisions for 4 to 5 years when we're 17, 18 years old. So I think that's something that people have forgot a little bit.
How cool is it to get to be in the NCAA football games?
It's gonna be fun. I'll probably be playing that a lot. I'll probably jack my stats up a little bit, but we'll see.
But Lincoln, you talk a lot about development. I think some coaches would say that, winning is a habit and winning is part of development. But you reference that maybe you're not ready to be the starter because you're trying to develop. So I'm trying to figure out from your mindset, like, what is it that's going to tell you that if you get that chance, you're the guy who developed enough to be able to lead a team?
Honestly, I think it comes a lot from also like your teammates. Like this offseason and during the Cotton Bowl, like I was getting a lot of support from like the top guys on the team, and I think once you get like that knowledge from them, and they tell you that you're doing a good job and stuff like that, it kind of gives you that confidence to be like, okay, I can go out there and be the guy, and I have a lot of guys behind me that trust me. So I think just being in that position. We did get some changes on the offensive side with Coach Kelly and his new offense a little bit, but I think it'll be beneficial for me to just keep building. So.
Lincoln, how much of the playbook was available to you in the Cotton Bowl? How much were you comfortable, knowledgeable with? How much did you actually run practice? It didn't seem like it was the full deal.
It wasn't like all of it, I'm sure, but I think in that position, Coach Day didn't want to throw me to a position to fail or to just just throw the game away. I'm sure. I think he kind of put me into a game management mode a little bit. So, like I said, I trust his decisions and his philosophy. So
even 3 months later, how much more knowledgeable do you feel about that playbook?
I feel good about it. Yep. We didn't really have a lot just going in because we had some changes here and there on offense, but a lot of the stuff is the same stuff. It's just called differently. So we just gotta study that stuff.
What's that been like with Chip Kelly so far?
It's been awesome. Yep. He's a super knowledgeable guy. He knows a lot about the offense. He knows a lot about football in general. He's been around, so I think it'll be a good year.
You mentioned that this is your first full spring here. What do you feel like that can do for you in terms of your development?
I think just coming in and actually like going in install by install with whole quarterback unit and the quarterback coaches will help me a lot just to develop also and to keep building on that and try to master the offense.
Lincoln, what excites you about Chip Kelly in terms of maybe some different things you guys might be able to do on offense?
We're just kind of learning the basics of his offense right now, so I don't really know a lot, but I know he's been around the NFL with a bunch of different guys, a bunch of good quarterbacks. So I think I'm excited just to see what he has in store for us.
What was it like in the room, I guess, for all you guys you're going to have a change? Bill O'Brien's here for like a minute, and then he's gone, and then Chip comes in. I would imagine it's a little bit of a whirlwind. How'd you all handle that?
Oh, yeah. It was a little different for all of us, but I think it's still football at the end of the day. There's gonna be different coaches that come in and out, but it's still football. So,
how has Coach Day kind of talked to you guys about that in terms of how he'll be involved with the quarterbacks with Chip coming in?
So he had a conversation with all of us, basically just saying that he's gonna step away just from like actually coaching quarterbacks, and he's gonna coach whole team now. So. He can focus on special teams when he needs to, focus on defense when he needs to, and offense and quarterback still. I think he'll still have a big impact on us, but it's just not going to be as much as he used to have.
As a quarterback, Lincoln, how do you feel about that? Because you were recruited, I'm sure, to be coached by Ryan Day. And now he's taking a CEO approach so he can help the entire team try to win a national championship. Is it like a one side of the coin, the other side of the coin situation where you're happy and sad? Like, how do you feel about that?
I honestly feel fine about it. He's still going to be around. I've talked to him a lot just recently just about quarterback stuff. So I think he'll still be around for us. He'll still be an outlet if we have anything to ask him. So.
How much when you talk about Ryan Day coaching quarterbacks, how like week to week last year, like how involved was he in the past with you guys? Like,
He was involved every week. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he would talk to us about like the game plan for the week and everything like that. So, I mean, he talked to us about different plays we're putting in and all that too. So.
Are you going to be surprised if he still ends up in the quarterback room multiple times a week, because that is his DNA, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be in here and there during the week, but yeah, I mean, he's someone that's gonna try to make the whole team perfect, I think, and so.
Todd Fitch, who spent a lot of time in the quarterback room with you, is not here anymore.
Yep.
How do you think that departure changes the dynamic of the room? Because with Coach Day out of there and now with Coach Fitch out of there, you have Chip Kelly in there, who a lot of you guys don't really know. Like, how has that changed the dynamic in the last couple meetings?
I mean, it's different now a little bit. I mean, like just like the way we do things in the room stuff. But I mean, that's really just the business now. I feel like people come and go, but I mean, I think for us in the quarterback room, we just need to stay focused on the plan and the goal for the season, just because the team that we have right now. So.
You told me last year that your hometown is pronounced
Pierre. Yep.
For everyone that's from Ohio, thinks it's Pierre.
Yeah.
Pierre?
Okay, so technically it is Pierre because of like the French guy, but I think everyone calls it Pierre in South Dakota. So.
How do you react when you hear another guy's transferring in, whether it's from Alabama or Will or whatever? Is it like welcome? Is it okay? Here we go. I've got to be ready for this. How do you mentally, emotionally adjust to that?
I mean, I think there's some changes, but I think just still staying focused on what you want to do and stay positive and stay confident in what you can do. It also helps because, like, I mean, no one's a perfect quarterback, so there's things that some quarterbacks good at that no one's not good at. I think just working on those things like that will put you in front of the others.
In that line, what are things that Will and Devin do that you like you would like to add to your game and that you admire?
I think Devin's a really athletic quarterback. I think he can do both. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of Will either, but I'm sure just based on workouts and stuff, I'm sure Will can do the same stuff. So also I think he's a really smart guy. He's been around and he knows football. So I think that also helps his game a little bit.
Has that replaced the Tristan Jebiet factor in terms of the old guy that can answer any question?
Yeah, I'd say so. We've kind of gave him some some jokes about like the old stuff. So, but no, it's good.
How did you process the Cotton Bowl afterward? On one hand, you get to play. You're the guy. On the other hand, it went okay, not great. Did you get over that pretty quickly? What was your mindset in kind of working through what happened that game and the lead up?
I mean, like, I had to be ready because I was a backup for that game. But I mean, I tried to go in and do my best I could. I mean, obviously I was bummed that we lost because we have been working all year for a bowl game. So, I mean, yeah, I was bummed, but also, I mean, I was kind of proud of myself just going in there, and I think just stepping up and taking over a role. So,
What do you look at as the things you need to do to give yourself a chance to win the starting job this spring?
I think studying film, studying the offense more, and then also working on my technique as a quarterback.
Did that game give you, because you mentioned development a few times, did it give you a kind of a good measuring stick of where the development was at, or was that game kind of so different, kind of fell apart the way it did, that made it tougher to use it as that kind of measuring stick?
I'd say that game, so it obviously wasn't the best game that we've played offensively, but I think that it gives me a good measuring stick of just where I need to be and how fast the game really is, because it's way different from playing in practice than playing in the actual game. So.
It didn't cost you your eligibility. That's got to feel
No.
like almost like a freebie.
Yeah,
You know
basically.
what I mean?
Yep. It's basically just like a free experience.
Do you take that into the winter at all? Like the things you're doing as a quarterback, just trying to, now you know, oh, this is the speed I need to be working at. Did that come into the winter at all?
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's things that I worked on with Coach Fitch, and then also just things I worked on with my receivers and other quarterbacks.
Questions. Coming out of high school, when you were a three-sport star, I guess early in high school, did you always know football was going to be your thing, or did you think maybe you'd play baseball in college? Or what were you kind of thinking early in high school?
I was going to be a basketball player. I had a couple D1 offers to play basketball, and then actually in late my senior year, I was getting scouted by the Rockies for baseball. So I think I had options if I wanted to, but I think in the end, like my best opportunity and like the place I had like the most secure offers and like all that was football. So I think I kind of decided on football. I wasn't a huge fan of football like starting out in like 8th grade, but I think it definitely grew to be my favorite towards the end of my career.
So if an MLB team had drafted you and gave it and the money was right, would that have been tempting?
I talked to Coach Dennis and Coach Day about that, but they actually didn't end up drafting me because I told them I was going to play football. But, I mean, I honestly don't know what I would have chose. So
What made you fall in love with football?
I think it probably started after my sophomore year. It was the first time I won state championship, and it was so much fun just playing with an old team, and I was a young sophomore at that time. So I think that, and then my junior and senior year were just like fun. And I mean, like my head coach is like a super smart guy in high school too. So I mean, just playing in his offense was fun. And I think just going out there and hitting people and scoring touchdowns in front of everyone was different. So